Good afternoon, everybody. It's a great pleasure to be here in Krakow. And starting point, I'm very happy to be here in Poland because Volvo Buses is developing and manufacturing the future electric buses here in Poland. We have our big European facility in Wrocław, and I have part of my team members sitting here. We are very much a Polish company. And we have over 4,000 employees as Volvo in Poland, and 1,000 of them are engineers. And they are engaged in developing the future, both public transport in buses, but also the future IT systems for the whole group. So it's a real privilege to be here today. And also to talk about some of my really favorite topics: automation, connectivity, and electromobility. And our view is that these technologies will really transform how we develop cities and how we plan cities for the future. So, but let's start here, the global development. And we all know that the world's population is growing, and more people are living in cities. Already today, half of the world's population are living in cities. And by 2060, the estimate is that 2/3 will live in cities. So when we address the future of humanity, it's a lot about addressing the future cities. We do have some challenges, and we all know that, with climate change and resource scarcity. If you're a mayor in the world today, and I would say all over the world, because I have a privilege to meet many of the mayors all over the world as a bus provider. One of the topics that is on top of the agenda of every mayor in the world is air quality. Because people are dying from poor air quality. And we need to address it to create a sustainable future for ourselves. Traffic congestion is a headache for most mayors, and if we could get rid of the noise, that would be fantastic for a city. So very much a common agenda, I think, here in Poland, but also all over the world. Now, the good thing, or the exciting thing, is that in commercial vehicles, buses, trucks, etc., there will be more happening on the technology side, in the next coming 10 years than in the previous 30, 40, 50 years. And it's driven by three technology trends. One is electromobility. With electric buses, or electric trucks, we can really reduce emissions, we can really reduce noise. We can create a sustainable public transport. And that will have profound impact on how we plan cities. Because if you get a bus that is silent and emission-free, you can take public transport much closer to people. And you can bring it, for instance, you can bring it indoors. So in the future, we will want to have public transport that goes into the shopping mall, or into the hospital, or into the buildings where you live. And you will be able to bring public transport in areas where you can't bring them today. Today, nobody wants to have a bus stop outside of their window because it's too noisy. In the future, that won't be an issue. On the goods side, on the truck side, today you cannot run a distribution truck in a city during nighttime because it's too noisy. If we get rid of this noise, we can use the city network more and take away some of the traffic that is causing congestion at daytime and do some of these tasks during night. So you see, there will be profound changes. The second major technology trend is connectivity, and that is about using all this data that we can extract with a modern telecom solution and make use of that to plan our city transport in a smarter way, and also the long-haul transport. Just to give you one example, today, if you look at a truck, The trucks in Europe, they are normally 40% full. 60% is empty. You can imagine what potential there is if we can increase the loading rate and make the system more efficient. And in cities, how do we really create intermodal transport, where people can get from A to B using different types of transport, and also knowing exactly when I will arrive to the B point and how I should come there the quickest I can. The third major change is automation. And it's about having vehicles that is supporting the driver to make a safe transport of goods and people, that is supporting a bus driver to dock consistently to a bus stop, that is supporting a driver to, if somebody steps into the street, to make a warning, pedestrian or cyclist. There will be a gradual development from driver support systems to increased level of autonomy until complete autonomous vehicles. And I often get the question, when do you think there will be a completely autonomous bus downtown Krakow or Warsaw? And I would say it will take quite some time, because even with modern technology, there's going to be quite a few steps until we get there. In the beginning, it's about driver support system, about driving autonomously in depots to fill up energy on the bus, to wash the bus and so forth. Confined areas, more safe. Then taking bus to dedicated lanes, etc., etc. But these three technology trends, they will profoundly change the landscape. When we do this change, we need to work together in a new way, because it's not only about providing a vehicle or a bus, it's providing a system. And you need different stakeholders to come together. You have the mayor's office, you have the public transport authorities, you have the power utilities for the charging infrastructure for electromobility, you have the bus operators, and then of course you have the bus providers. And electromobility is not about providing a bus, it's providing a transport solution where you look at the topography of the city, the energy need, how the power system will handle the energy need, and really do a holistic planning for a whole city or a chunk of a city. And that is very much the Volvo approach. So, what are the concrete examples that we will see in the cities? We will see silent zones. We will see safety zones, where you can basically reduce the speed or even shut down vehicles if they behave in strange ways. You will see new business models, transport as a services. With more autonomy, do you need to own your car? There will be a lot of changes coming. One question that I often get is there a future for public transport with autonomous cars? And I normally show this picture. And the key thing here is that it doesn't matter if we can all ride in autonomous eggs, we will still jam the streets. So we need to travel together also in autonomous future. Public transport is a vital part of the cities of the future. So, very proud to be here. As Volvo Buses, we believe strongly in electromobility, in connectivity, and autonomous transport as a mean to create the future transport. And we are very happy that we are doing it right here in Poland, together with our Polish co-workers. Thank you very much.